Namaste everyone, welcome back to Physio Vitals. I'm Dr. Ankita Sawant and today we are back with the topic on kidney. So what is kidney? It is a vital organ which filters the waste and regulates the fluid balance in the body. It plays a very crucial role in maintaining overall health and well-being. So first we'll see its structure. So kidney has outer cortex, inner medulla and renal pelvis. Focusing on first on the outer cortex. So the outer layer contains nephrons which are responsible for filtering the blood and producing urine. What the outer cortex does? It has nephrons. Then they filter the blood and produce urine. Moving further to the inner medulla, the inner layer containing collecting ducts that transport urine. So they have collecting ducts which transports the urine from the nephrons of the outer cortex to the renal pelvis, which is the further structure we are going to discuss. So outer cortex, what it does, it filters the blood, produces urine. Inner surface has the collecting ducts that transports the urine from the nephrons to the renal pelvis. Now, what is renal pelvis? So it's a funnel shaped structure which collects the urine from the kidney and passes it to the ureter. Okay, so structure wise we have outer cortex, inner medulla and renal pelvis. In outer cortex we have nephrons. Imagine while I'm discussing, just imagine all the steps. Nephron filters the blood, produces urine, it goes to the collecting duct of the inner medulla, and then it is transport from nephron to pelvis, renal pelvis. And renal pelvis has the funnel shaped structure, collects the urine from the kidney and passes it to the ureter. Okay. Now we'll see nephrons and glomeruli. So you can see the structure of nephron over here. We have Bowman's capsule, inside we have glomerulus, the ducts ascending, descending, loop of Henle, collecting duct, artery, vein. So what is nephron? So it's a functional unit of the kidney which is responsible for filtering blood and producing urine. So nephron is responsible for filtering the blood and it produces urine. Okay. Now what is glomeruli? It's a tiny intricate network of capillaries. Okay. Within the nephrons where filtration of the blood begins. Okay. So how important this glomeruli is. Next is Bowman's capsule. It's a cup-shaped structure which is which surrounds the glomerulus. Okay. So it collecting the filtered blood. So it collects the filtered blood which is uh, uh, done by the glomeruli. Okay. So Bowman's capsule is a cup-shaped structure that surrounds the glomerulus collecting filtered fluid, sorry. Then we have tubules. There are a series of tubes which transport the filtered fluid and reabsorb the essential substances. So it passes on the filtered fluid is passes to these tubules and reabsorption also takes place from here, and then finally the excretion also takes place. So we have nephrons, glomeruli, Bowman's capsule, tubules. That was all about nephrons and glomeruli. We'll see kidneys function. So very first function is waste removal. So it is responsible for filtering the waste products from the blood such as urea, creatinine and excess electrolyte. Okay. So it basically purifies the blood, removes the waste जैसे कि urea, creatinine and excess electrolytes. Next, fluid balance. So it regulates the amount of water in the body. Okay. So how much water your body requires, that is responsible wholly, or that's the function of kidney. So it regulates the amount of water in the body, maintaining the blood volume and its pressure. Very important. Volume and pressure. Next, electrolyte balance. Controlling the concentration of the electrolyte such as sodium, potassium and calcium in the blood. See, these electrolytes are very much essential. So kidney basically controls its concentration levels. Next is red blood cells production. So producing erythropoietin, that is a hormone that stimulates the production of red blood cells. So what are the functions? Waste removal, fluid balance, electrolyte balance and red blood cells production. What is filtration and reabsorption now? So we saw the structure of the glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, blood flows, get filters, then the tubules excreted and the purified blood goes through the veins, and then it goes to lungs for further purification. Deoxygenated gets purified in the lungs, and then it is circulated throughout the body. So filtration, body is filtered through the glomerulus, separating waste and excess fluid from the bloodstream. So blood is filtered through the glomerulus, separating the waste and excess fluid from the bloodstream. Next, reabsorption now. First, filtration is done. Now the reabsorption process starts. So essential substances like glucose, amino acids, and water are reabsorbed back into the bloodstream. Now secretion. So additional waste products are actively secreted into the tubules for excretion. Okay, so filtration and reabsorption we saw. Filtration, reabsorption, and then secretion. Now regulation of blood pressure, very important. So first we'll see a system, renin angiotensin aldosterone system. It's an hormonal pathway which regulates the blood pressure by constricting blood vessels and retaining sodium. So hence whoever has is hypertension, that person is restricted from excess addition of sodium into his or her diet, because there is already, the kidneys are reabsorbing the sodium and there is piling up of the sodium already in the body. That's the reason the person is advised not to have extra sodium into his or her diet, because then ultimately the blood pressure rises. So sodium excretion now. The kidneys regulate sodium levels in the blood. So it regulates the, very important, kidneys regulate the sodium levels in the blood, which directly influences the blood pressure, which we just discussed here. Then fluid balance. The kidneys control the amount of water in the body. We saw in the function. Okay, so it controls the amount of water in the body, maintains the balance, contributing the blood pressure regulation. So it forms urine, it controls blood pressure, regulation of osmolality. What is osmolality? Comment down. I will, if you answer it correctly, I'll like the comment. Acid-base balance, maintains it, acid-base balance, and hormone secretions. Okay. Now, hormone production. Erythropoietin we saw, it stimulates red blood cells production in the bone marrow. Then calcitrol, the active form of vitamin D, important for calcium absorption and bone health. Then renin, an enzyme that initiates the renin angiotensin aldosterone system, regulating blood pressure. So that was all about kidney. I hope you liked the video, and the information which I tried to provide was informative. So if you like it, subscribe to my channel, stay tuned for such videos. Thank you everyone, and keep learning.